I woke restless, a hunger gnawing deep under my skin, restless, unsatisfied. Months without touch, without warmth, without someone close enough to make my blood sing. My body hummed with something unspoken, something begging for an answer. I exhaled, slow fingers tracing the curve of my neck. Not enough, never enough. I needed something real. Then the universe answered, a low rumble breaking the silence of my Atlanta townhouse. I tossed the sheets aside, slipped into a silk robe, and padded to the window. That's when I saw him, tall, strong, confident, his presence pulling the air tight. His shirt clung to him, damp with sweat, muscles shifting with easy power as he lifted a heavy box into his new place. He moved with purpose, a quiet strength that pinned my gaze. My pulse quickened, a spark igniting low in my gut. I didn't just want to meet my new neighbor. I wanted to feel him. No hesitation, no second guessing. I'd waited too long for something to wake me up, and here it was right next door. He glanced up, catching my stare, a slow, confident smile curling his lips, trouble the kind that makes women curious. Heat coiled in my belly, sharp, undeniable. This wasn't just a neighbor. This was a chance, and I wasn't letting it slip away. Some opportunities are too good to miss. If you're hooked, hit like, subscribe, it keeps these stories alive. Let's dive in. I'm not the kind of woman who waits for things to happen, so I made them happen. The warm scent of chocolate filled my kitchen as I pulled cookies from the oven, soft, sweet, exactly as planned. Minutes later, I stood at his door, balancing the plate, pulse thrumming with intent. When he opened it, I bit back a smirk. No shirt again, water beading on his skin, dripping from his hair, rolling down his chest. A towel hung loose around his neck, the sharp scent of soap curling through the warm Atlanta evening. I let my eyes drift, slow, deliberate, letting him feel it, then met his gaze and smiled. "Hey, neighbor." He grinned easy, but his eyes held something sharper. "Hey, moving's exhausting, huh?" I said, holding up the plate. "So I brought something sweet to help you recover." His lips twitched, a spark of amusement. "That's kind of you." I stepped closer, close enough for my perfume to linger, for my fingers to graze his arm as I handed him the plate. His muscles tensed under my touch, a flicker of awareness passing between us. He took a cookie, bit into it, a low groan escaping his throat. "Damn," he muttered, licking a crumb from his lip. I watched his tongue, making sure he saw me watching. "Glad you like them," I said, voice smooth. "All settled in?" "Almost," he said, leaning against the door, relaxed, but aware of my eyes on him. "Just finishing up before my girlfriend gets here this weekend." The heat in me settled, but my smile didn't falter. "Oh." I tilted my head, voice low, teasing. "She's busy with work, so I came out first," he said. "Drives up Friday." "Friday?" That gave me time. I hummed, licking a bit of chocolate off my finger, slow, deliberate, his eyes following the motion. "Must be tough," I said, voice heavy with intent, unpacking alone, sleeping in an empty house. His jaw twitched just enough to notice. "Not too bad," he said. "Besides, I'm not really alone. Got a neighbor looking out for me, right?" I smiled, sharp, dangerous. "Oh, honey," I purred, dragging my fingers along the plate as I took it back, brushing his knuckles. "You have no idea how much I look out for my neighbors." I didn't waste time. "Don't bother cooking tonight," I told him before leaving his porch. "Come over. I'll take care of you." The way his eyes darkened for half a second told me everything I needed. Now I just had to push him over the edge. That evening, a knock echoed through my house, sharp, expectant. I moved slow, letting the anticipation build, my silk robe clinging to my curves, tied loose, nothing beneath. I opened the door, leaning against the frame, dim light spilling over me, highlighting every line. His lips parted, eyes dropping, then dragging back up, slower this time. "Hey, neighbor," I whispered. He cleared his throat, voice thick. "Hey." I reached for his wrist, fingers curling around it, pulling him inside without a word about dinner. His body brushed mine, heat radiating electric. "You didn't dress for dinner," he said, voice low. I smiled, stepping closer, robe loosening just enough to slip from one shoulder. His breath caught. "Honey," I whispered, dragging my nails down his chest, feeling the heat of his skin. "I'm the meal." His restraint snapped, the door slamming shut behind him, sealing us in the quiet, dim house. No distractions, no interruptions, just the crackling tension between us, thick, undeniable. I stepped back, pulling him with me, fingers grazing the inside of his wrist, feeling the warmth of his pulse. His presence was solid, his breath steady, the faint scent of soap lingering. My robe slipped from my shoulders, silk, whispering against my skin as it pooled at my feet. His eyes followed, dark, drawn to me with a measured intensity. I leaned back on the couch in control, the air humming with expectation. My fingers found his belt, sliding over cool metal, loosening it. A sharp breath escaped him. I smiled, wanting more. No rush. I eased the denim past his hips, hands gliding over his skin, savoring the tension coiling in his body, the way his breath hitched with every shift. My touch was teasing at first, testing, pushing him to the edge. His restraint, unraveled fingers threading through my hair, guiding me without a word. I took my time, moving slow, drawing out every reaction, his body telling me exactly what it needed. His breaths grew, uneven muscles tensing under my touch, his grip tightening in my hair, a fleeting moment of control. I pulled back, leaving him wanting, the frustration in his eyes sending a shiver through me. I stood unhurried, pressing him into the cushions. His hands found my waist, holding tight, waiting, but I was in charge. I settled over him, leaning in, feeling our bodies connect, heat sinking into my skin. A gasp escaped me, head tipping back as a wave of fire surged through me. His hands moved slow, deliberate, tracing every curve, like he was committing them to memory. His lips followed, grazing my collarbone, the hollow of my throat, the sensitive line of my shoulder, each kiss unhurried, teasing, leaving a trail of warmth. The moment stretched, our movements slow, savoring every shift, every sensation building with undeniable intensity. I let my hands wander, exploring, teasing, quickening, as his muscles tensed under my touch. His breath caught, and I knew he was close. I pulled back, watching the tension ripple through him, his fingers digging into my skin, craving more. I leaned back on the couch, offering an invitation without words. He hesitated only a moment before responding, his touch, reverent, lips pressing to my skin with slow, purposeful movements. Heat coiled low in my belly, tightening as his hands mapped every inch of me, each move deliberate, knowing. My breath grew shallow, body reacting before my mind could catch up, the sensation building, tightening. The air hummed with anticipation, and then with a slow breath, my body melted into his, the tension dissolving into something deeper. His arms wrapped around me, forehead pressing to my shoulder, our breath settling as we sank from the intensity. The silence wasn't empty, it was heavy, thick with understanding, with satisfaction. I smiled, slow, satisfied in a way I hadn't felt in too long. I'd wanted this, claimed it, and this was just the start. The room still buzzed with heat, the Atlanta night clinging to my skin. I'd never felt so alive. Luke exhaled behind me, fingers tracing light patterns along my spine, lost in the haze of what we'd done. I turned to him. "Your kind of trouble," I whispered, smiling as my fingers grazed his chest, feeling the steady rise and fall. He grinned, lazy spent. You know when you invited me over? I hummed, lips brushing his jaw. It was true. And I don't care that your girlfriend's coming this weekend. It didn't change a thing. Next time he knocked, and I knew he would, I'd let him in. He was exactly what I needed, young, eager, no strings, just a body that knew how to satisfy me. I'd spent too long in a marriage feeling unwanted, forgotten, but not anymore. Now I had something for myself, and I wasn't letting go. Some temptations are too strong to resist, some secrets meant to stay hidden. Would you hold back or give in like he did? Tell me in the comments, subscribe, hit the bell to catch the next story. Thanks for being here.